let's get into the topic of rules. So Ryan Bowen did a video where he talked about WL and WF rules, and Tsiplenko did a video where he talked about rules. Jan, you have pulled in both in WF and WL, and you've been champion everywhere. So let's get into the basic, what's the biggest difference from WAF to WAL rules?
First of all, if we talk about WAF, it's very strict. It's all positions, center, wrist positions, grip position. Referees will do everything to make no advantage for some athlete.
Yeah, so it will be more neutral, more in center for everyone.
Yeah. So if you are an athlete, there are less chance that someone will cheat on you.
Yeah.
In a WAL, you have to fight for yourself.
Yeah. You had different where you expected that the referee is going to do his work. And just go and what's happened?
Yeah, you can't name someone cheater, but that you have to fight for yourself. And if you are not used for that, you are in trouble.
Yeah. And this is why the match, Devin and Michael, everyone is talking about like Michael cheated, Michael this and Michael that. But again, referee didn't do anything to enforce the rules. They want to create big match, and they don't look how it looks together. And this is why I don't think everyone, you cannot put that match anywhere, like good match, great match, or it was a war.
It was a great war.
It was a great war, but it's not.
If it's for TV audience, if you want to bring attention to fight,
but again,
it's good. But there are starting a lot of questions.
Like why was his elbow off the pad for 20 seconds, things like that. So I like WF rules much more than WL rules. I think just because WL rules, as Jan said, you have to fight for everything you have, and you never know what the referee is going to do. It will, because you had, I think with Sam Harris, where basically he lifted his elbow up, he put it down, and you like watched the referee, and then he said like, what? And then he hit you in the side with all strength. And I don't think that was cool, just because like, if you lift your elbow up that high, then stop the match. Stop. It's
this running fall system. It's good and bad. Sometimes when it's really small elbow lift, running fall, we still want to see a great match. We want to see how it will finish. It's sad when
it stops from falls.
But if some of arm wrestlers really get advantage with fall. That would stop.
I think if they create a rule, then it would be like just like quick, something really quick, lifts off, gets back on pad, and then we go, not like gets off the pad, it's running foul, and you stay there.
For example,
but if they do this in arm wars, I think they're doing
same. Also running foul. For example, in a WAL. In a start, someone lifts up elbow, go front, and just jump inside the hook.
And sit there, wait.
And you still have to fight against him.
You still have. If you give up, then
you can get tired after that. And that's how it's happening. And if you are smart, you just give up. And opposite again, we saw it in a fight Devon against Michael against Mask. We saw it in Mike Solaris against
when you pull elbow off the pad and stay there.
Just back position, your elbow are 10 centimeters off the pad, and you stay here and wait while your opponent is holding you on your wrist, fingers and hand. So it's if there would
they need to have improvements, some improvements with this.
That would be quality of referee. If there is really quality referee and he can see the difference between those falls.
Of course. That makes more sense than just like
small because fun, which is not giving you some.
Sometimes the WF rules are. It's like you didn't know that you like had like.
It's too strict again.
So sometimes it's too strict, but
it's happening. I would like to say sorry like. It's happening like in a WAF, two athletes standing, they both hit, referee stops the fight and said fall, and then both athletes just waiting, they even didn't notice that there is a foul. They watching who did the foul.
Like you did. No, I didn't.
Both like you foul. Okay, again hit, again foul. So
I think they should. Running fouls in WAF would be a good thing, but referees need to understand where is the difference when someone is just like unintentionally doing something or just pulling their elbow completely off the pad, which is intentional doing.
Yeah.
And I think intentionals, if it happens one time, I think we could train referees to do it. I don't think it's that hard. But right now, people are talking like there are micro fouls. There are no micro fouls. There are just fouls. So. And if anyone says that WAF arm wrestling isn't entertainment, just in Zloty Tour they're doing WAF arm wrestling with cameras. So just look at the match that Michael Todd and Pushkar had. Before that was Bartosevic versus Tieto.
Tieto from Brazil.
And it was crazy match. It was a good match. And everyone knows that there are elbows. You cannot lift your elbows. They're not lifting their elbows up. And again, I have seen this from going to refereeing in Norway, that we went there and everyone, they just had like a month ago WAL finals for their country to go in Europe finals. It was 2 years ago. And everyone was pulling with their elbows left and they don't know what to do on table. And I think everyone who fights too much in WL, they get used to the rules and it's really hard to go back to WF where there's strict rules. And like on first day of competition, we saw like so many just guys falling out, like big elbow lifts and everything, and they're doing this not intentionally. They just used to pulling WL. And I think good refereeing is part of every sport. So we cannot expect to go to Olympic Games if we have shitty refereeing.
True.
Yeah, we need to have at least some boundaries of rule. Maybe they should be a little bit looser, like we said, like. Referee is knowledgeable enough to understand what is a big foul and what is it, like, let's say, micro foul.
It's but it's hard if you watch put cameras on elbow pads and you see that there is a foul. That's foul.
That's a foul.
So you have to be strict.
It's you're just like thinking about, let's say, arm wrestling is in Olympics and finals, and someone lifts their elbow up and referee doesn't react. It would be the biggest outrage. Because the countries want to, athletes need to gain their money from countries and things like that, and it would be big outrage. So I think WAF refereeing right now is the best way for arm wrestling. WL, I love how fast the setup is. You just come on table and you go. On WF, it's a little bit longer. We like to get into positions to test out the opponent.